Hi, this is Elsa at elsa.com. My last video was about Venus and Mars conjunct in the natal chart. A reader, Dark Aquarian, came by and mentioned that his young son had Venus conjunct Mars in Aries and how he was compelling and people always noticed him and remembered him and, went to him first. I'm not surprised, but I'm also glad he left that comment because it reminded me I wanted to make a video about astrology and children. I really hate conformity. I think part of this is because I was raised by mega Aquarian parents, but also I'm an astrologer, and it's easy to see how intricately an individual is strung, and I hate to see this blunted in any way. In whatever case, when you're a kid, your chart comes into being right away. I mean, you are what you are. Which is kind of interesting because people have kids and they think about how they want their kid to be and how their kid's going to be, and their kid is going to be who they are. Their kid is born, with their certain qualities. So I thought I'd illustrate this using examples from my family. Families are interesting because they have themes in them, so people have similarities and differences. Like there's a Moon-Jupiter theme in my family's charts, all of us. As an example, my oldest sister, she's a double Sagittarius. My next sister has a Sagittarius moon, very tightly conjunct Jupiter. So these girls, they were out the window, teenagers, and we live in the desert. There's like a keg party or something. They were gone. I went through the window too eventually. I was younger, but the difference between, there was a difference between me and them, in that I was I like puzzles. I was kind of a mastermind, a genius. I would say that I like to plot. Okay, not plod like a Capricorn, and not plan. I like to plot. I like to some degree of danger and see what I can get away with. Yeah, I know I'm a terrible kid. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to do is drive. So I was like 10 years old, but I have Mars Mercury in my chart, so of course I would want to drive, and I wanted to leave. I didn't want to just drive, and I wanted to go somewhere because Mars and Mercury is in my 9th house. So I decided to teach myself to drive my grandfather's truck. I did that by sitting right close to him and watching him with a stick shift drive this full-size truck, and I watched him till I felt I could do it, and then sure enough, if I didn't steal his truck and go to the store for a candy bar, this is my kind of adventure. So, I grew up, sort of, and I had kids, and so I'll tell you what happened to me. I had a son with a Scorpio Mars, which is exactly what I deserved, considering the things that I did. Anyway, Scorpio Mars can be very devious and manipulative, and my son definitely is, and here's my example of that. He was like 5. He was really very young. I think he was pretty sure he was 5. He might have been 4 even. In whatever case, he came in and got me. My back was turned. I was actually making videos for my blog. This was many years ago because he's in his 20s. But in whatever case, he told me to come into the bathroom to see something. So I went into the bathroom, and I couldn't see anything, and he's winking and trying to get me, and I said, what? And as it turned out, he had taken the doorknob off the bathroom, the locking doorknob, and he had traded it out with the doorknob on his bedroom so he could lock his door. I mean, that's the first Scorpio Mars. But what got me, what got me about this, it wasn't the manual dexterity, which is incredible. It was the fact that this kid knew me well enough to know I was going to be proud of him, and he wasn't going to get in trouble. And he was right. He did not get in trouble. I went and got a locking doorknob. I let him leave it on his room. I took that as a sign he was growing up, and I had him replace the bathroom doorknob with one that locked, and that was it. He got away with that. Anyway, if you have a kid and you're interested, I sell these child natal reports. They're exceptional. They're very, very good. They're just elevated. I think they're as good, and I was going to say that anyway. They're as good as the natal report that I sell. It's kind of reducing everything. The sex, they don't have sex in them. They're just like sort of your pure essence. So if you're interested in looking at that, I'll put a link down below. Okay, thanks. This is Elsa at elsaelsa.com. See ya.